everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm AshleyElyse. Wow, it feels like it's been such a long time since I've filmed. This all feels so odd now. It's been a long couple of weeks for me. If you guys have been following my channel for a little while now, then you guys already have a pretty good idea of everything that's happened throughout my pregnancy, in my birth, all of that. So today I wanted to come on here and say hello. Thank you for all of your guys' prayers, your support, your encouragement. It has meant so much to not only myself, but to my family as well. So I wanted to say thank you guys so much. Thank you for your patience with me as I have taken the last week off, taking some time to heal and just kind of adjust to our new life with the baby. She is doing so well. We are so happy. We're, I think, slowly kind of getting into the swing of things and figuring things out. And I couldn't be more excited. So let's go ahead and update you guys. I'm not sure really where to start, so I apologize if things kind of are jumping all over the place, but I really wanted to take this time to just kind of give you guys a little bit of backstory and just let you guys know what's going on. I'm not going to do anything super long-winded, hopefully. Most of my videos end up longer than I expect them to be, but we're going to just go ahead and do a little update this week, and then we'll get back into back to our original filming. Since my last video, I had my gallbladder surgery, so I had that finally removed, which was a huge relief. I think because of sorry, Novali's over here laying in her little snuggle me next to me, and she's making bunches of noises right now, so just making sure she's doing okay. But anyway, so I had today is Friday, the 20th of September. Last Thursday, I had my gallbladder removed. Everything went really well. They didn't have any complications or anything like that. When I had my surgery, however, they did find that I had a hernia that we did not know about. That was right in my belly button. So when they went in for the gallbladder surgery, they were able to repair that as well. I think that added a little extra discomfort to my healing process that may otherwise not have been there. I'm not really sure. Plus, I wasn't too far postpartum as well when I had the surgery, but it was a little bit rougher than I think I was expecting it to be. When I came out of surgery, my husband had taken me in, and it was all outpatient, so there wasn't like I wasn't admitted to the hospital or anything. It was all just outpatient general anesthetic. But when I came out of the procedure, I was actually alone in the room. There was nurses working around elsewhere in other areas, but I was by myself, which was the first time I've ever had surgery and the first time I've ever done a procedure or anything of that magnitude without my parents there, actually. Yes, I am 24, and you would think, in my life, especially with as many things as I've had going on, that I would do more things solo and have more experience medically speaking doing things by myself. However, I have not. So waking up by myself, that was really scary. I don't know why, it just was. And when I was coming out of the anesthesia, I was having a really, really hard time breathing. I felt like I was suffocating, like I couldn't catch my breath, I couldn't wake up enough, I couldn't talk, I couldn't communicate. Even if I could, there was nobody around me to even communicate to. At this point, my husband, Preston, hadn't been brought back into the room yet. I guess they were waiting for me to wake up a little bit more before they brought him back. I'm not really sure. But that was incredibly scary for me. I grew up having asthma. and I had a lot of asthma attacks. I was hospitalized for it as a child. And this was actually, I think, probably scarier, maybe because I'm just an adult now and I just understand a little bit more how things are supposed to work, and I don't know. But it was pretty scary. Eventually I was able to get myself awake enough from the anesthesia and really get some deep breaths in. But basically, because they did it laparoscopically, they, put a bunch of air in you, and I guess because of the air, I was having a really hard time breathing because it was pushing on my lungs. And then I was also having pretty severe pain up in my right shoulder as well from the air, because it kind of travels throughout your body. And then it just takes time after the procedure to kind of work its way out. So I was having a lot of pain there, and then I couldn't breathe. It was just really scary. But eventually, as I really started coming out of the anesthesia, I really started to feel more like myself, and feel more like I could breathe and like things were going to be okay. At that point, they brought my husband in, and he was kind of explaining to me that they found a hernia when they went in. Here's Evie's little appearance. And say hi. Say hello, everybody. You're a pretty girl, huh? Yeah. Anyway, so that was all a very interesting process. Once I finally came out of it, they, gave me some crackers and cheese, some juice, and, kind of encouraged me to, get some stuff going in my body. So my husband brought me home, and then sadly, that day, the next day, and basically all the way up until yesterday, I was incredibly nauseated. I had a really hard time eating and drinking again. And so I just felt really sick, which for me, that was really scary, because I thought I was going to have this gallbladder surgery. I was going to wake up and everything was going to feel better. Like, I knew I was going to be sore from the surgery, but I guess I just didn't realize how sore. They did send me home with pain medication, which I was taking, and they did tell me, make sure every time you're taking the pain medication to take it with a little bit of food. So I was doing my best to make sure I was doing that. However, I was so nauseated from, I think, probably the air, the pressure, the procedure. I don't really know if it was the anesthesia, but I just felt really terrible, so it was hard for me to be able to eat anything with the medication. So I want to say that I ended up taking the pain medication maybe a day or two, and then I ended up just completely cutting it out and switching over to Tylenol and Motrin to manage my pain until I felt like I could really get a good hang of things. And that's when I really started to notice that my nausea was doing a lot better. So it could have all been just associated with the pain medication. I'm not really sure, but I am feeling a lot better now, thankfully. I had so much help and support from my family, from my husband. He was able to take care of Nobly while I, while I was recuperating, sleeping off the anesthesia, all of that. So he was able to feed her and all the noises. So he was able to feed her, change her diapers, and just kind of meet her needs as they were coming up. We did opt to breastfeed. However, because she was in the NICU when she was born, she went straight to the NICU, and we didn't really have a chance to establish breastfeeding. They went ahead and gave her a bottle, and she just kind of got really used to that. She was having some struggles eating and like learning how to eat anyway when we had her. She was a few weeks early, and so I think because of that she was just a little bit delayed in that fact. So we decided that even though we had tried breastfeeding a couple of different times in the NICU, that we were just going to pump. Since I was already having to pump at home while she was in the NICU, we were just going to pump and then give it to her in a bottle. So that's kind of what we've been doing with all of her feedings, which actually made it so much easier. Sorry if the camera keeps shaking. My dog is eating in her bowls right by the camera tripod, and she keeps walking into it. Anyway, but that actually, her being breastfed through a bottle actually made it so much easier on my husband and my family to be able to help me throughout this process, because I didn't have to worry about, you know, feeding her. My incisions, I have 4 of them. So I have the one in my belly button, and then I have 3 that kind of go under here. Everything is pretty much healed at this point. I'm feeling really good, but we're, you know, still working through. I'm still having, you know, some soreness, some pain from the incision sites, but everything seems to be healing really nicely. I do have my follow-up appointment coming up this week with my doctor who did my surgery, so I will be talking with him, just making sure everything is as it should be, that my hernia didn't come back, all of that. So that's coming up this week. We also have Novalee's 1-month appointment with her pediatrician, so we will be going to that as well. And then for those of you who have been following our journey, know that while I was pregnant, we found that I had a heart condition that we didn't know about, which is WPW. And basically I just have a second pathway in my heart that isn't supposed to be there, and it just was causing some confusion with my heart. And so I went and saw a cardiologist. They said I needed to have an outpatient procedure done to close that pathway so that it doesn't cause bigger problems later on down the road for me. So I'll be having an ablation done at some point, but I do have my echo coming up on, I think it's Wednesday this next week as well. Just to make sure that there's nothing else going on that we need to know about, and that everything else is working as it should be. So I have that coming up, and then also the appointment to discuss the results of that with my cardiologist. So lots of things happening, lots going on. I want to definitely give you guys a more in-depth update on Novalee and how she's doing, and how, you know, how that first month has been with having her here with us, and just kind of all of that stuff. I want to do a whole bunch of videos. There were some that unfortunately I didn't get to do just because of how incredibly sick I was. I wanted to do like a welcome home vlog and baby's first, you know, 24 hours, things like that, which I just didn't get to do. But it was really important that I took time to take care of myself, heal, get my procedure taken care of. That was a big one. And then, you know, taking care of our 2 dogs. And they, what? Did you think that was the baby? It's okay. They have done incredibly well with her. Lily Pup, she is the one that's a lot more attached to me. She's had a little bit harder of a time actually having the baby here, not in an aggressive way, but just that she doesn't appreciate sharing my time. So she has taken a little bit longer to warm up to the baby, and shockingly, Evie, the one that we were really worried about being aggressive, has taken actually quite a liking to Novalee. She really seems quite interested in her. She's not aggressive. She's not too much. She just really is curious when Nova cries that, you know, she's hungry or she's having her diaper changed, because she hates that. Evie will, you know, come up to her and, you know, sniff her, and while I'm feeding her, they'll do that as well. Evie will sometimes curl up on Nova's blanket while she's taking a nap, you know, with us around, and just kind of sleep next to her, and it's been the most precious thing, and I couldn't be happier that they've done so incredibly well. So that's kind of the update on me. I am, like I said, doing so much better. I am so excited. Tonight is my dad's birthday, so we are actually going to go out just as a family, nothing big or anything, and just have a steak to celebrate his birthday, but also to celebrate me being 1 week post-op. and just kind of see how things go. I know that it may be a little bit painful, and I've had some issues with just the process and my body trying to figure out how to handle food and process it and all of that. And so I know my body's still trying to figure things out. So I'm really excited to go out with them tonight and just kind of celebrate things and just feel happy and be with my family and just feel a lot more like myself. That has been the biggest struggle through my pregnancy and through all of this sickness and everything. It just was constantly one thing after another. It felt like it was never ending and there was no end in sight, and that I was just going to be stuck like that forever. I think because of everything that I went through, I think I have a really kind of bad taste in my mouth for pregnancy, so I don't know that we will be having more children. I don't know that we won't. I'm not going to say one way or the other that for sure this is what's going on, but I think right now I have a lot of things to work through. I have a lot of healing still to do, not just physically but mentally and emotionally, and I think we're just gonna take our time and enjoy the time that we have with our little girl. I am currently not working, so I'm getting to stay home with her and take care of her. My husband thankfully has had a couple of weeks off from work, just paid time off, and so he's been able to take that first week when we brought her home off, and then also the week of my surgery. So he'll be going back to work here soon, but I will get to stay home with her and raise her, and I am so excited for that. And we are just gonna soak up every minute and just kind of see how things progress. So that's kind of the update on me. I'm not going to do too much update on Novalee. She, like I said, is doing really, really well. But next week's video is actually going to be a 1-month update on her, and I will fill you guys in on everything that's been going on specifically with her. We've had quite a few doctor's visits for her. Not necessarily a bad thing, but just, some updates there for you guys as well. She is so healthy. She is happy. She's adorable. We couldn't be more in love. Those of you who follow me on Instagram, you guys have probably seen quite a few pictures come across now from all of the many, many pictures we've been taking. If you guys don't already follow me on Instagram, be sure to go over there and follow me. It's at AshleyElyse 19. And I do post updates over there on upcoming videos, and then also now we've got updates on little baby girl over there as well, and just kind of keeping you guys up to date on what's going on. When videos are coming out, when I won't be posting, I did post on there as well that last week we wouldn't have a video because of what was going on. So that's definitely something you guys should go head over and check out. But let's go ahead and wrap up this video with a little meet and greet of baby Novalee. She is asleep right now, so I'm going to pick her up and let you guys see her preciousness. She's all dressed up for our little dinner tonight. Huh? Yeah. You gonna wake up for the camera? Huh? Yeah. You gonna wake up for our little YouTube family so they can see your preciousness? Oh my gosh, she's so cute. I'm loving putting all the bows on her and just soaking up all of the time with her. She's been so precious. All right, baby girl. Hi. Yeah. So this is baby Novalee. See, we're almost 1 month old, huh? Oh yeah, we got a little spit up here. Oh. And that's part of mom life, you guys. Yeah, huh? All right. before she gets too fussy. You wanna say hi? Oh, I know, bright lights, huh? You're okay. Go change your diaper in a minute and get you fed and ready to go, huh? Well, that's her making her little debut. Say hello, everybody. Alright guys, well thank you so much for tuning into this week's video. As I said before, be sure. Oh yeah? Are you saying, I'm so sad if you don't follow us on Instagram? Or are you telling everybody, please subscribe to our channel? Oh. Alright everybody, well that is going to wrap up our video. So if you guys don't already, please be sure to go follow us on Instagram. That's at Ashley_Elyse19. I'll have it up here in the video. And then also be sure to like this video and subscribe down below. It is completely free to subscribe to our channel. So you guys can subscribe. Also be sure to turn on the notification bell because that will notify you guys every time we post a new video. Feel free to comment down below any video requests you guys may have, any comments, questions, anything like that. If there's anything specifically you would like to know about baby Novalee in our 1-month update video, be sure to leave that down below as well. And thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.